All right, unconditional discharge in a New York courtroom today. The Alvin Bragg case, utter nonsense. Sounds like unconditional surrender to me, but we've got Gregg, Jarrett, Fox News legal analyst, Alan Dershowitz, professor emeritus at the Harvard Law School and author of Get Trump. Thanks to both of you. Gregg, Jarrett, what does unconditional discharge mean? I mean, I see that word, I think unconditional surrender, U.S. grant. Trump won. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Trump's not the loser in all of this, Larry, despite the verdict in sentencing. He won the lawfare war that was waged against him because Americans saw this for what it was, a contemptible weaponization of the law by Democrats to win an election. But in the process, they destroyed themselves, their own blatant corruption. Voters saw it. They resented it. They vented their anger at the ballot box in what I'd call the ultimate jury verdict. So when you think about it, Trump should actually send a thank you card to Bragg and Marchand for unwittingly helping him win the election, which makes the real loser, sadly, the New York legal system. It's in tatters. The DA has run his office into the ground, aided and abetted by these far-left judges who don't care about law and justice.
Well, Professor Dershowitz, you know, the ultimate jury vote was November 5, as you know. And I think I would also point out that every other part of all this lawfare stuff has fallen apart. It's all fallen apart, Professor.
Well, you know, I devised the term lawfare. I wrote about it in the late 1960s, and it's become this horrible, horrible thing that has been used against American democracies. Of course, New York suffers. Of course, Trump won. But the ultimate loser is the American people. And what Judge Marchand did was so sleazy and so sneaky. He announced in advance that he wouldn't sentence him to jail. Look, I've been doing this for 62 years. I have never had a judge tell me in advance what the sentence was going to be. In fact, when I bring my clients to the courtroom for sentencing, I have them bring their toothbrush because I never know whether they're going home or going to the prison. But he did this purposely in order to get the Supreme Court not to take the case now. And two of the justices fell for his ploy. They said, oh, he's not sentencing him to jail. They shouldn't have known that. He's not sentencing him to jail, so we're not going to stop the case. This was worse than lawfare. This was an attempt to manipulate the legal system. But Jarrett is right. Of course, they lost. The American public saw through it. Thank goodness for the common sense of the American people. We hate tyranny, whether it's judicial tyranny or any other tyranny, and that's what we saw in this case, and the American people gave a resounding answer to that.
Gregg, Jarrett, Jack Smith wants to release the documents of his special counsel's business, but Judge Eileen Cannon in South Florida said no. And at least at the moment, 11th Circuit has said she's right. Now they're going to look at the other side. But my question is, with Jack Smith releasing whatever he thinks he's going to release, again, to spite Trump and act like a 2-year-old because he was voted against it and out of office. But he doesn't, Judge Cannon said Jack Smith doesn't exist legally. So if you can't exist, if you don't exist, then you don't have a report. That's my point. You can't, a non-existing report non-existing or something like that. I'm suffering from a head cold. But you see what I'm saying? He doesn't exist. So what's his report?
No, it's an unauthorized report. Yeah. Remember, the judge said, look, you're unlawfully appointed, which means your investigation, your findings are unauthorized. It makes no sense for somebody who is unauthorized to release, therefore, an unauthorized report. As a practical matter, though, it doesn't matter because Jack Smith, to use the professor's term, was so sleazy that he leaked to the media through the court system just before the presidential election the exact same material that's in his report. He wanted to hurt Trump's chances at the ballot box, and it didn't work. He violated Department of Justice rules, should have been fired. But, of course, Attorney General Merrick Garland was all in and happy that he did it.
Yeah, you know, I would just... Professor Dershowitz, for heaven's sakes, you can completely disagree with me, but I'm going to assert here that there's, with respect to Merrick Garland, there's a special place in hell for him because he did not act like a upstanding, straight-shooting attorney general. I'm sorry. I'll give you the last word on it. Feel free to disagree.
Well, Merrick Garland was a great judge. I thought he would have been a great Supreme Court justice, but this was the wrong job for him. He has no feel for the way in which the law is used politically. He's naive. I don't think he's a bad man, but he wasn't up for the job. A good attorney general would have stood up to the politicians and said, no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to let this abuse of the legal system go forward. So I'm giving him an A for effort and a B- with grade inflation for failure to really be up to the job. He shouldn't have taken the job. He should have stayed on as a judge where he was doing a great job.
That means...
And I'm looking forward to Pam Bondi coming in because she is terrific. She knows better than anybody I know the relationship between law and politics.
Yes, she does. And Kudlow gets a D-.
I give Garland an F.
There we go. And give Kudlow an A. So listen, the grading system is very strange. You two are wonderful. Greg, Jarrett, Alan Dershowitz, thanks very much. All right. Thanks.